World Peace 202. In this course, we are heading to the first Soviet Thanksgiving turkey. So I wanted to assure you that this will actually tie together, and that sad story that I began this course with, that I began this series of points with, will begin to make sense. But this will head us in that direction. And that is because in World Peace 202, we follow up with the theme of rootedness. 201 was that the root of world peace before God is the cross of Christ. That He actually died, purchased men for God from every nation. That is a transaction that's already taken place. The people's sins have been paid for. Concrete people's sins and concrete people, specific people from every nation, have been purchased by God. He paid the ultimate and infinite penalty to purchase them, and therefore He is committed to winning those people. And the only means for winning those people we find in Isaiah chapter 2, starting in verse 2. It shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains. Okay, and what is the house of the Lord? The house of the Lord, 1 Timothy 3:15, is the church. And we know that from reading the whole Bible. And then it says how the church is to be used to become the greatest of the mountains that causes all nations to flow to it. Because at the end of verse 2 it says, and all the nations shall flow to it. Okay? And that is, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So as the church is faithful to be a conduit for the word of God, the nations flow to it. Now, how does the church become faithful to be a conduit for the word of God? That is the question we're looking at today. And Isaiah 27:6 and 37:31 both show us exactly how this happens. Isaiah 27:6. Let's go there first. Isaiah 27:6. And we find that in Isaiah 27:6, in the days to come, Jacob shall take root, Israel shall blossom and put forth shoots, and fill the whole world with fruit. So as Jacob takes root and puts forth shoots, they will fill the whole world with fruit. So Isaiah teaches us that it is the rootedness of Israel, or Jacob here, that will cause them to bear fruit in the whole world, and that the house of the Lord, the mountain of the house of the Lord, shall fill the earth. And then one of my great old-fashioned navigator verses, we looked at this quite often when I was in college in the 1970s. Isaiah 37:31 tells us that 37:31, and the surviving remnant of the house of Judah shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward. So two places in Isaiah tell us that it is as God's people are rooted downward that they will bear fruit upward. As they take root, they fill the whole world with fruit, so that their effectiveness for being a conduit for the Word of God is dependent completely in Isaiah upon their rootedness. And that leads us to course 203.